The creation event was not the only time that a shout from heaven was heard on earth. When the Lord chose to personally destroy the nations, for example, he did so with fire from heaven, accompanied by shouting and great din, as the prophet Amos recorded. At this juncture, we must point out that the shouting coming from heaven wasn't necessarily the result of an explosive event like the shout at creation. Venus and Mars were very active electrically, and the radiation from this activity would have formed a multitude of sounds on Earth. Of course, this presupposes that the polar configuration was present during the times of the prophets. The Lord's command to Jeremiah to prophesy against all the nations stated that the shout and roar and voice would emanate from his holy habitation. The holy habitation is the heavenly temple or city atop the world mountain. Generally speaking, if the scriptures talk about voices or talking from heaven, then there must be a planet or planets close to the earth and electrically connected. There will be another shout from heaven at the return of Jesus Christ in the latter days. According to the Apostle Paul, there will be a shout at the Savior's descent to earth. The shout will be caused by the return of the planets at the restoration of the polar configuration. The shouting described in the prophecies was a roaring trumpet-like sound coming from heaven. The Hebrew teruah, translated as shout in the King James Version, can also mean resounding and a trumpet blast. Indeed, the shout must have been a loud, reverberating sound akin to the roar of a lion. The prophets of the Old Testament called the Lord's voice roaring. Isaiah compared the Lord's roar to that of a lion over its prey. Amos prophesied that the Lord would roar from Jerusalem and Zion, indicating that the voice would come from the heavenly city atop the holy mountain, the Axis Mundi. Joel made the same prophecy, adding that the Lord's roaring would shake the heavens and earth. Isaiah prophesied that the Lord of hosts will lift up an ensign to the nations in the latter days. This is a reference to the re-establishment of the polar configuration. When he does so, it will be with a hiss and a roaring. Those whose arrows are sharp and the bows bent are the returning planets. It is the planets as they approach Earth who will hiss and roar. John's revelation reaffirms Isaiah's prophecy. The mighty angel with the little book set his right foot upon the sea and his left foot on the earth. He then cried with a loud voice like the roaring of a lion. His voice was accompanied by 7 voices of thunder.